What is down? What is up, guys? This is Ash here from NTV Studios, bringing you the final live stream before I go away. I'm not entirely sure how long this is going to be because I've got to be up like pretty early in the morning. I'm talking like 5 in the morning. I've got to be waking up time, so I'm going to be like settling down a lot earlier than I usually do. Which probably be around about 10 o'clock time. I'll probably just settle down around then, or I'll probably just go onto my phone for like a little bit, but not as long as I usually do, and then get my head down, because you know, then I can be up early and ready to go, ready to get things going. So we've been working at the bus depot, the bus sort of depot area, and it's joined with S&A Tours. So East Noble buses have joined with S&A Tours, and S&A stands for Sandstone Ashlees Tours. So basically it's a company from Sandstone Bay which has joined with East Noble buses and Los Ashlees. So they're basically, S&A Tours was basically a company which is basically sort of, I guess you would say, countrywide, and they do like tours, but they originate from two owners, one from Sandstone Bay, one from Los Ashlees, and they basically joined up with East Noble buses inside of Los Ashlees, and they basically just share a depot. That's all they do. They don't really do any work together. They're still sort of two separate companies, if you like. S&A Tours does the tours, and East Noble buses does all the city buses, and you know, also does coaches too. But they've just basically joined together. And they just more or less, they more or less just share the same premises. They don't do anything other than share the same premises. And that sign looks nice. I really like that, Steve. Looks sick.
Sick, innit?
Yeah, it just lights up that sign at night. Look, pretty nice. So we've been working here a bit more, and there's actually going to be a separate entrances to the bus depot itself. So you've got the 3-laned road, which you might think it's a bit daft because you've got to keep pulling in, turning, and pulling in, turning. But should work. It should be good. Be quite interesting, I think. My new rap has just gone up to Facebook. I was going to put it to YouTube, but I'm actually thinking against putting it to YouTube now. Not because it's a bad rap, it's a good rap, and if it worked for any other than this other reason, I would upload it. But guys, the diss to MC Doyler has got 279 views, which I know you're probably thinking that's not much, but to me that is the most viewed video on the channel, and it got that amount of views in the sort of like least time. It's had over 39 comments, it's had over 20 likes, and it's still going up in views. Like this is it saying 279 now, but I checked that like hi Toby, I checked that like 10 minutes ago, so if I refresh it now, it's probably had some more views, maybe. No, it's still had 279, but it's going up. So what I want to do is leave the MC/rap going up, and like leave it as the top video, with like the top one for people to see, so people obviously see it like sort of you know, so people like don't get another rap to watch and then they start forgetting about that one. I want this one to get big while I'm on holiday, so I can get some big hype with it being a diss to MC Doyler, and then when I come back there'll be a new rap going on the YouTube channel, and I think it'll be pretty good, in my opinion, just to leave it a few days. I should have done it today really, but I got so hyped to upload it yesterday, and then I did upload it yesterday. So we need to think of some more bus designs, Steve.
What ones are?
Like double deckers, single deckers, just sort of like bus designs in general. These two here are sort of the older buses, if you get what I mean, like the sort of older. They're not as new. They're not as new and modern. They're sort of like some of the older ones, like this one here. This is like the Route Master, and this is sort of like an older styled bus. So we need some newer. Oh, we need some newer ones. Like we need some of them more like modern buses you'd see today. Like the sort of typical today city styled buses. That's just an old one. So. And we need to do some in here as well at some point. Some in here at some inside at some point. I'm also just gonna do this. There we go, so there's like a gate there which will go across at night. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's Steve here with a new bus already. That's pretty nice. This could maybe be a coach or something.
Yeah, man.
Alright, I think I've got one for this. We can work on it together, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's gonna.
I've got a feeling it's gonna be a candy block coach.
Oh really? No.
Yes, it basically only gets used on match days.
Oh, I was thinking about that. Like now you've said it, but. There's the coach door. You could change it to a pane actually, because we usually use panes for the like that look. And then that's where you'd put your like your luggage in or whatever. Oh, I've made a. It was even. That was me. But I'm actually going to do this. I'm actually going to make this one just a smidge higher. Because if you think about a coach, wait, we'll make the floor higher. Because if you think about a coach, think about like a coach or something. You would actually like, I don't know how to explain it. Like you sort of go up a step. But it don't really work. But you sort of go up a step in a coach. And I am going to change this one back to a full block glass. But yeah, you sort of like you go up a bit more on a coach. Are we having a single window or who griefed? No one that I know of. There's no griefing at the minute. Oh. Oh. Some more comments on via Facebook. I think this is pretty alright for a coach, really. And then what we can do is we can do like some little design. Like that maybe. Yeah. 2 secs. I'm thinking it tonight.
Yeah, 1-0. Ibrahimovic.
I'm back, guys. Yeah, so I am going to be ending the stream early as I just obviously got informed.
How many people are watching your stream?
There was a Toby person watching. No, I can't do that. So yeah, I've just been informed that it will be earlier, which I already said, but they don't take any notice of what I say, and then they'll say it like it's new to them for the first time. And what's it do, this Google site? Yeah, but what do you do on the game? That's what I'm saying. Oh, is that all? I thought you were gonna say something a bit more. No offences. Oh, fair dues. Alright, there's the coach. Very nice looking, you know, very nice looking coach. So yeah, I always get informed, me. I forgot what I was gonna say now. Oh yeah, I was gonna say they don't realise that they think I can just you know, they think I can just pack up and go, but they don't realise that I have streaming and things to do, and I have a lot of things to, you know, like sort out, let people know I'm streaming, let people know via MCs, get MCs uploaded and sorted. I'm not just, you know, I think what the thing is they think it's all just a bit of fun, you know. I don't think, like, when I'm, like, I think they know about my MCing because recently I've been getting a lot more people shouting me on the street and stuff like that. But before then, I don't think it was real to them.
Yeah, mate.
That, you know, I'm actually doing this and people are watching, and it's the same with streaming. I don't think they realise that how people actually do view, and, you know, I don't think they understand. They think it's just some random chattering. It isn't real to them that people actually view things I do, and when I get people what do view, obviously they need to know that I'm taking a break, or for whatever reason I'm not going to be doing a such and such. So, like, obviously I don't think it's all quiet. I don't think it's all quiet that real to them just yet, that you know, I'm actually doing this right now. But then when people obviously start saying about how good I am, they then obviously realise that, you know, I'm actually doing something. It's not just people are actually noticing me for it. But I don't think they understand it with the stream, because obviously they just shout for cups of teas in it, and, you know, they think it's just talking. I think it's quite funny. It's quite funny. I don't bother. I mean, there was a time where it used to, but all I can say is if you want to be heard shouting and then it goes on the internet, that's your choice, you know. Because a lot of people always used to interrupt, and then I used to say I was doing a video there, and then they used to say, oh, well, you're always doing something, and then now I just say, well, if you want to be heard online shouting, that's, you know, it's the way it is, isn't it? It's what you'll be seen doing. It's what you will be. What about this? I think I've just had an idea for this. Because the front of a coach normally does go lower, and then it usually does raise up. So maybe like doing something like that will make it look more to the effect that the coach will go higher. But yeah, I already knew I was taking an earlier come off today anyway. I already had it planned because I knew I had to be up earlier. Anyway, but you know, as I say, I'll just browse my phone for a bit anyway. You know, obviously not long, but you know. So I'm not really sure like what other bus designs there is we can do really, because you know, like I liked them first buses we had over at the other side, but I can't remember how to build them, and like from the period of time of going over to that billboard to look at one to flying all the way back over here, it's not that good. I like this bus, I like the front, but I don't think the side is the best. Like, it just looks like little square windows, but I do like the front. But I sort of like think there's more we could maybe do. I've got an idea what we can do with this bus as well. Hey? Oh, it's just a little like touring coach. You know, somewhere what would take you on a 2-day break away or something. like if you go on a coach trip, that sort of style of coach. It's a weird looking coach, but I do kind of like it. There's just one thing I'd like to do, and that's just put the tires here instead of like completely at the front. Just in my personal opinion, I don't really prefer doing that. I'm not the biggest and the best vehicle builder really. Like, they're pretty easy to do basic vehicles, but there isn't really a whole lot of detail you can go into different vehicles, if that sort of makes sense. Like in Minecraft, you can't build a car and then tell a Ford from a Vauxhall kind of thing. You can just kind of say that's a car, that's a bus. Like, you can kind of tell this is a London bus because it's red and the window sticks in, but in terms of like doing different vans and things like that, you can't really do all that much to tell a transit van from a Renault Master van. So it's sort of like vehicles are probably something in like a Minecraft city you can't sort of like make look different the best. Same with the trucks really. Like if we go all the way over to the to the SBSC museum, you'll be able to tell that a lot of the trucks are actually used off of the same model, like the same sort of scale, or same, like pretty much every truck is the same, but the only thing what gets like tweaked up on like to try and make it look like a different truck is, for example, on one truck a stair might be placed upside down at the front instead of like placed in the normal sort of in the normal way it's usually placed. Or sometimes, you know, there'll be like a trap door at the front for the grill instead of a ladder. Sometimes, you know, stuff like that. You can't really tell a lot of different vehicles from each other, which is a little bit of a shame really, because it'd be good if you could do something more in Minecraft. Like I wish we had something like micro blocks, like not as a mod, but like as in micro blocks actually in the game. So you've got like your normal blocks, but it'd be good if they had a page for smaller blocks as well, so you could start like going around your window ledges and tweaking up your buildings a lot more than what we can at the moment. Being able to like get more shape into things be very good. But if you look, a lot of trucks are based off of the same. Like for example this one here, you can tell it's used by the same dimension, apart from the stairs there, but this time there's blocks here, so you can sort of tell that sometimes they have a bit of a different roof. This one here, this is definitely like one of my favourites along with this. Definitely. I do like this as well, but as you can tell, there's missing one there. But you can sort of tell, like, you know, that they are sort of used off of the same sort of base shape and, you know, like scale. Like the windows are all exactly the same level. There's always sort of like the slabs and then the wheel arches like that, apart from this one here. I don't mind this one either. You can tell that these are a lot older though, but I do like this too. It's kind of like a 60s sort of like, well actually 70s, but you can tell it's sort of like one of them really old pickup trucks from the countryside, as SBSC did start out as a countryside vehicle. So what? Hey? What's that? Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, there was some I don't know if any of you guys on the stream remember a shop called Woolies. I know like Ant and them in the party will. That was a pretty good shop, I remember that. That was actually, no joke, probably one of the best shops we ever had in town. Because like, basically, where I live, you can't really get anything apart from a birthday card and grocery shopping and knickknacks and ornaments. That's literally all you can get. You can get some earphones, but we really have nothing in our town. Like, for example, if you want to buy a new PlayStation game, you've got to go like 20 miles to like another town or city or whatever, where they actually have a game shop. And if we have to go 20 miles if we want to go to an actual game, and then if we want a CEX, we can go like just about 10 miles to like a CEX and stuff like that. There's no shops what sell any CDs in town anymore. There's no like major toy shops or anything like that. Literally all our town is sort of consists of is second-hand shops and food places. There's one good shop, well there's one like actual proper decent shop which is sort of all over the world in our town. Well, all over the country, and that's B&M. That's literally all there is in terms of sort of like shop. Like, we have a Tesco's, but even our Tesco's doesn't even sell any clothing or electronical stuff. All it literally is the groceries, the pharmacy, the sort of bakery and deli part, and then at the end of an aisle they'll sometimes put a few Hot Wheels cars on like a little thing attached to the end of a shelf. They do a few earphones and batteries, and that is literally about it. Sometimes mobile phones, and then they keep the odd DVD and gaming. But when I say like the odd DVD and game, it's literally the most minutest little sort of like section you could ever think of. It's literally like about 3 shelves with a few DVDs on, and then about 2 PlayStation 4 games, and they're always the same games: Call of Duty, FIFA, Call of Duty, FIFA. There's never a range of games. It's either Call of Duty, FIFA, or FIFA and something like Battlefield or something like that. It never changes. There's never a selection. And then we have like a Yorkshire Trading, which is just like a Yorkshire shop. They do a few toys, but again the toys are sort of like a skateboard, them little like squidgy things, and then you throw them on the floor and they start glowing. Sort of like them like little like big, like, I've forgotten what you call, but you like shake them around and it makes that weird noise. Then you get like a few like babies' dolls, a couple of like cheap cars, a plastic toy gun with handcuffs, that sort of thing. Then we have a shop called Boyses, which yeah, they do sort of like, you know, like kitchen stuff, and you know that's pretty decent. So is Yorkshire Trading. Like, they're decent-ish, but they're not sort of like Debenhams or, you know, sort of like Toy Master, or, you know, like shops you get in like the cities, if you know what I mean. It's pretty like we're pretty sort of bad in that sort of sense of you know, like toys and shops and things like that. And then apart from them shops, we just have like the rest of the town is just basically like age UK's, sort of like Help Aid or Real Aid, or, you know, sort of stuff like that, Dove House Hospice. You know, then we sort of have like the pizza takeaways and stuff like that. We also have a Chinese takeaway, and then apart from that, we have like pubs and things like that. We have a Subway, as in the food Subway. That was just recent. We have a Greggs, which was just recently, not that long ago. It's like been there like even after the Subway. There's room as far as getting the Domino's pizza. which would be sort of like pretty interesting, but that got like sort of confirmed in the newspaper ages ago that they wanted to get it open for the end of the year. This is going back like a month, nearly 2 months now, and you go past the building where it's supposed to be and it still says to let out the front of it, and they've never done a single bit of work to the building or anything in terms of us getting a Donimo's pizza. So whether it's like being changed or stopped or whatever's stopping it from coming, or they just haven't started yet. I don't know what. We used to have a game shop, we used to have a Blockbusters, and then they basically, when Blockbusters went bust, then we used to have a man further down, you know, them people that do like second-hand games where you like trade in like your games for cash, that sort of thing. And he did like all the PS2, the PS1, the 360. He sometimes kept a few PS4 games towards the sort of end of him being there, and he was a bit of a dodgy man. Like he did drugs above his shop, and then there was some stuff going down. There was sort of like a fire at the shop next door to a second-hand shop, and then he sort of had to close for that. He sort of reopened, and then within a few weeks he shut down again, and this time he never reopened, and it's now some second-hand clothes shop where you get like dresses and things like that, which is all we ever really seem to get. I like looking round a good like second-hand shop or a big Tesco or something like that, or something decent, but we never seem to. Oh yeah, we have a Wilkinson's as well, but that doesn't sell some of the stuff what other Wilkinson's sell in like other places.
Like South End.
Yeah, ours is big-ish, but it's not huge. It could be bigger. We have a Lidl as well, but that's not as big as other Lidls what you see. So basically we do have some alright shops, but they're always like downsized, or they don't sell as much as what the same shop companies do in like other cities. So, you know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream because I'm probably gonna have to. I might even have to settle down before 10, even not knowing my luck, because when I went down for the cuppa, they said soon bed, and then the other one said, yeah, you won't have to be yapping all night tonight. So I could see it being, you know, even sooner than 10, but
probably 9:30.
Probably, or it could even be 9.
Could be. Well, 2 minutes to now.
It could be, you know, because she did the cup of tea early, and usually not long after the cup of tea they let the dog out, and then when they let the dog out they come up. So, and then when they come up they'll be expecting me to have an earlier night.
Just sit there on your phone, innit, and chill in bed until you're tired.
Innit, that's the thing. But like the thing is with me is no matter however, like whether I have an early night, whether I have a late night, I'm still always tired in the morning. Always.
So am I.
Like no matter what, like even if I go to bed early and sleep, I will still wake up and I'll still be yawning tired. If I have a late night, I'll still be tired when I wake up. For some reason, that's just me. I always wake up tired. Always.
No morning sex for you then when you get a girlfriend. I'm sorry, love, too tired.
That probably would be true. I always am. Like I'm alright once I come round, but usually like for the first
coffee.
Usually like for the first 10-20 minutes like of me waking up, like I can be really tired. Sometimes I'll even go back to sleep, but sometimes like even if I go to sleep earlier, I'll still be tired the next morning. Yeah.
Yep, it won't go up. It's still asleep.
It's all soft and tired.